A stream of dignitaries and hundreds of police officers gathered at today's interfaith service honoring the 5 fallen Dallas area police officers.
And through speeches, through prayers, through songs, they spread a message of unity, a message of hope. 5 empty chairs in the audience served as an emotional salute to the murdered police officers honored for their sacrifice. Fox 4's Alex Boyer was inside the Meyerson Symphony Center for that ceremony. Alex.
Heather, and we got there early, as you can imagine, to make sure that we could get a good seat. And you know, some of the more touching moments that I had a chance to see actually took place before the ceremony even began. At one point, the audience stood up and began cheering very loudly, and that was because injured Dart police officer Missy McBride was walking in. Keep in mind that she was one of several police officers who was shot that night. She was shot in the shoulder and in the abdomen, but that didn't keep her away from today's ceremony. And then we also saw the crowd really get behind the family members of the victims as they took their seats.
The Meyerson Symphony Center in Dallas transformed into a place of healing.
I am in awe of our Dallas police officers.
Dallas Mayor Mike Rawlings, who has been a calming voice for his city in the days after an ambush shooting killed 5 police officers, called on the community to begin mending fences.
We have too many bridges to build that we will cross together.
Smiling portraits of the fallen officers were proudly displayed in the forefront of the stage. There were also 5 empty seats in the balcony in remembrance of the men.
Those wearing the uniform assume that risk for the safety of strangers.
President George W. Bush, a native Texan, called the death of the 5 officers as personal as a death in his family.
But they went where duty called. They defended us, even to the end.
Dallas Police Chief David Brown, a man who has unwillingly found himself on a national stage, received a roaring standing ovation. Brown used the lyrics from legendary singer-songwriter Stevie Wonder's timeless hit, "I'll Be Loving You Always," to memorialize the slain officers.
Until the rainbow burns the stars out of the sky, I'll be loving you.
President Barack Obama followed with an impassioned speech.
Because the people of Dallas, people across the country, are suffering.
He talked about improving relationships between police and the community.
That so much of the tensions between police departments and minority communities that they serve is because we ask the police to do too much and we ask too little of ourselves.
And used Mayor Rawlings and Chief Brown as examples of how blacks and whites need and can work together.
We've seen Mayor Rawlings and Chief Brown, a white man and a black man with different backgrounds, working not just to restore order and support a shaken city, a shaken department, but working together to unify a city with strength and grace.
In the end, President Obama made a simple request and called on Americans to live with an open heart and learn to see some of ourselves in one another.
We can decide to come together and make our country reflect the good inside us.
And at the end of the service, all of the leaders on stage, whether they were black, white, Republican, or Democrat, held hands in a sign of unity, asking all of us to do the same. Reporting live tonight near downtown, I'm Alex Boyer. Heather, back to you.
All right, Alex, thank you.